And I think it makes you all accept that. It's so weird. Anyways, Zoom has changed so much. But okay, we're gonna get started. You guys, if you have questions on anything, if I'm going over a certain topic, like please just be bold and brave and ask, because if you are asking, I promise you somebody else is gonna be so thankful that they're getting the answer because they just haven't asked. It's not that you're the only one that doesn't know something, or if you're asking a question that you're stupid or you're supposed to know that. Like some things you're just learning as you go, and that like you kind of have to embrace that with this business. That's how you truly learn. Like I could spout off everything I know over the last 10 years to you, but really nothing's going to stick until you're applying it and actually doing it and you come across it. But here's the thing, you guys. First of all, it's August 1st. I love when month end ends on a Sunday and we start a new month on a Monday. Like it's one of my absolute favorite things. Somebody was asking, they're like, do you always do a kickoff on the first, like on the first of the month? I'm like, no, not necessarily the first, but usually that first week. And for it just to kind of line up perfectly is just so fun anyways. But here's the thing, you guys. First of all, if you have been in less than 3 months, drop a 1 in the chat. If you have been in a year, drop a 2. If you've been in longer than that, drop a 3 in the chat. Okay? I just want to see if you've been here for some seasons of this business, because every business has ebbs and flows. So you get to learn these things. And I always say time is on your side in this business. Okay. I know we're so quick. We like push ourselves to rush through things. And sometimes we get down on ourselves if we like fall short of goals. We're going to kind of talk about all of that. But I want you to know that there are seasons in this business. And you guys, we are changing the freaking graph. And to be able to be a part of that is so incredible. And if you decide to embrace that while those things are happening, your life can change just immensely. And I didn't know that the first time it was happening. Like I was like, oh yes, this is so exciting, right? And I had no clue. I was like, I have no clue what this looks like or any of the above, but I'm telling you that there's seasons of that, and then there's like maintenance, and then there's seasons where you're like, oh, we got to change things up, right? And we are changing a ton of things up for the better. And so I have to tell you that we blew July out of the freaking water. Now, who you see here is obviously a smaller portion of our team, because we all kind of break it up and we lead different groups of people, right? So that way we can keep it really intimate and fun and be able to help as much as we can. And so you see a smaller group here, but we literally, this team blew July out of the water. Not only did June trump May, but July trumped all of those. And you guys, that never happens. It never happens. And this is why, because summertime is here, right? Kids are home. There's trips that are happening. There's summer fun that's going on. And sometimes it's hard to focus, right? Or maybe you prioritize a little bit differently because that's just the season that it's in. But we made a conscious effort this year to have it be It Works' best summer ever. And you guys, it is. It is the best summer that we have ever had. So, and it's not a coincidence, right? We came out with an incredible summer game plan right before summer even started. It happened in May. We came out with a product line that was geared towards summer, right? It was geared towards hydration, energy, taking care of yourself, all the things. And if you are loving the new products, I want to know if you've been trying the new products, which one is your ultimate favorite? You can drop it in the chat, because I know that I definitely have a few, but I also love that we have so many that were also caffeine free, because we have pregnant mamas, we have people that have heart issues that can't have caffeine, and we catered to every single person. Okay. On top of that, we had our quiz that came out to our sites. I know for those of you in Canada, you don't have it quite yet, but I want to tell you it is coming. We aren't given an exact date, but it is going to help so much, okay? I also think it helps those who are very timid in talking about more than one product. Listen, that was me when I first started, okay? I talked about like one product until one time somebody came and was like, dude, she got wraps in defining gel, and you didn't even tell me about defining gel. And I was like, oh God. I was like deer in headlights. And then from then on, I'm like, no, I'm going to tell them what I know. And from there, they get to choose, right? Whatever, they can say yes to what they want, yes, no to other things that they don't want. But here's the thing. The quiz is incredible. It is so quick. It is so helpful. It does the upselling for you. It it like puts the products together. And you guys, I have watched on this team people who had an average of 30 to 45 BB orders literally pulling in $175 to $225 orders. Do you know what that does to your paycheck? Do you know what that does for your business when you also teach it? You can literally double and triple it, okay? So if you haven't been using the quiz yet, why not? If you don't know where to find it, put it in the chat because I'm going to show you. Okay, Skinny Hydrate, yes, stressless gummies. Wow. Okay, I'm a fan of those too. The protein Skinny Hydrates on there again, smoothies. I see all of the things. Okay. So, anyways, also we came out with new packs for our DTs. So our DTs that are now coming in, they're coming in with larger kits. They're coming in with more products, which is also helping them actually boom their business faster. And I know sometimes people are like, some people can't even afford this or that. Again, it's a choice that you get to offer people, but I can guarantee you that the more things that they have their hands on, the more things they're excited about, it is going to come back in return into their business. Okay. So don't be shy in offering those because they help so much. They can do sip and samples. They can launch their business. They can sell some for samples while also using maybe a couple of the products for themselves, which is exactly what I did when I started my business and kind of what I've always taught people to do. I'm like, guess what? If you need that money right back, like go sell some of these as samples and keep maybe one product for yourself. I did that with my auto ship for a long time, you guys. Okay. There is no shame in that. And honestly, what it gave me was just a peace of mind knowing that my costs were covered. Okay. So you can run this business nice and tight. I have done that for years. I can teach it. I can do all the things. And it's just a decision that you get to make. So anyways, here's the thing. None of this is happening as a coincidence. Okay. It's not just like, oh my gosh, but I want you to be super excited that you get to be a part of it, because here's the thing. The changes that you have been seeing being implemented is this is where the results are coming from. There's a reason, there's a plan, and it is working. Okay, so if at this point you are like that person, and it's okay to be that person, if you're like, change scares the heck out of me. Those of you that posted one, you're coming in and this is all you know, okay? Which is so awesome because you're like, bring it on, right? You get to be in some awesome momentum that you get to play a part of and grow with. And so, but for some of us, we really fear change. But the thing is, you guys, is that is one thing I've always loved about It Works, is we are constantly changing and growing with the times. And I think that is so important if you are going to have a company and a business that is here for many, many years, which I don't know about you, but that is my goal always. Okay. I'm not here for a short term. I've never been here for a short term. I want not only the paychecks that are coming in now, the weekly bonuses, but I want the residual income that comes with consistently working this business and putting in the time, right? I want the income where you're still getting paid more than your full-time job when maybe you're sick and out, or maybe you're down for a month. Like Drew was just talking about, like she's going to have surgery, right? You don't know what is the outcome from some of those things. And so how neat that we have the opportunity to do that with this business, okay? That's something that just kind of sets it apart from a lot of other opportunities, okay? So just know these are not a coincidence, you guys. These are things that they have wanted, that they have put in the process, and it is working, and it is showing them that this is exactly the things that they were wanting to put in are doing what they hoped it would do. Okay. So the other thing I want to share is, like, you might be looking at your month and be like, yeah, I didn't feel any of that. Right? You might look back at July and be like, where the heck, what did I do? Or maybe you're like, yeah, I was kind of MIA. Here's the thing, you guys. I always tell people, like, let that be. Let that be. Like, if you hold on to that and you beat yourself up over that, you can't change any of that, right? So what I always say is that self-reflection, you guys know I'm huge with that. And here's the reason why, okay? You get to self-reflect. This is your business. You get to show up. You get to do the work. The awesome thing is that you have so many other people to do it alongside with. You have other people to learn with, to learn from, to grow with. And that is where you see, multiple successes instead of just like keeping that success to yourself, right? But self-reflection is huge. And this is what it allows. It allows you control, which is what so many people seek anyways, but it also allows you the power to make a decision to change things up. right? The power to be like, you know what? My August isn't going to be like my July. Like I'm showing up, I'm here on this Zoom August 1st, and I'm going to continue to show up every single day because tonight we're going to set goals. We're going to have some clarity of where we're going. We're going to know how to get there. And so I don't think you'll have any questions. So first of all, I want you to pat yourself on the back. Even if you had a July like that, that's okay. Okay. Sometimes there's just months like that in the business and it is what it is. Okay. You got to let go and move on. And so it is August 1st. You can claim it right now. You get to make the choice that you get to create the change that you are craving. Okay. And that's why we're here. The other thing I want to share, and this is like not on my soapbox, but I am going to share it. Okay. Because we do have some new people. And even when you're not new, this still comes around. Okay. And I've had a few people say this. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to put the disclaimer out here. If you have had someone close to you that has an opinion of what you are doing, okay, or they think that because you're doing this alongside something else, that one thing isn't good, or like they just don't get it, right? And that's really what it comes from. But sometimes people say harmful things. I want you to think of a few things. There's 3 things, okay, that I always say. One, is that person going to be there to offer to add money to your savings account every single month? Are they going to offer you income every single month to go invest or be willing to pay for your family trips? No, they're probably not, right? Not even close people. And so here is the thing. I want you to know that they can do whatever they want, but so can you. Okay. And so many times, like, yes, I had people that had opinions and or didn't understand it, but I want to tell you that eventually, as they watched long enough, they were like, well, why am I going to even share my opinion? Like, she's still going to do her, right? Like, I hope you do the same thing, every single one of you, because what happens, and instead of having an opinion, they start becoming inspired. And so a lot of times, not only while you're changing your life, you can change their view and you can actually inspire them. Okay. But you're not going to do that by playing small because they don't get it. So we're just going to let them do their thing while you go over here and do what you have felt led to, because that is exactly why you're here. Okay. 2, I want you to know that you do not, oh wait, where is this? Sorry. Can you guys still see me? This thing just popped up black. Okay, good, because I can't see you, but let me just see. Okay, that's just trippy. I'm sorry. Okay, 2, I want you to know that you don't need that person support. You don't need their sale for your success in this business. Okay. I have had friends that have never bought a single thing for me, that have never talked about joining my team, that have never congratulated me, have never done any of those things. And I just want you to know that as nice as it may be, you have a whole group of women right here that are willing to do that for you. And sometimes strangers are honestly so much more supportive than people that are close to you. And that's a hard pill to swallow because it doesn't make sense, but it just is what it is, right? So I want you to know that, but you also don't need them for your success. And one thing I want to teach you every single day as we show up to chase our goals and to grow and to learn these things and dream new dreams is that I want you to be your own cheerleader. Okay, you are going to have other people, especially because of the community that we have, that are cheering you on. But when you can figure out how to cheer yourself on, you guys, it is so crazy. But you are like, none of that outside stuff influences you, not negatively, maybe not even positively. But the cool thing is that you have full control of that. Okay. And then 3rd, don't let small minds convince you that your dreams are too big. Like, I am just like not here for that. Okay. So there's my disclaimer on that, because there's a few of you that I know that I've worked through with you last month that have had some close people. And I'm like, it happens to everybody, but I want you to know that you can take positive out of that. Okay. So first of all, I want you to do a few things. I'm going to make you work for a second. Okay. So first thing first, what is one thing that you did well or were proud of last month? Okay. I don't care if you fell short of a goal. I don't care if you didn't hit any personal records. There's always something that you can be proud of that you worked towards or that you did. Okay. So you don't even have, and if you want to, you can put it in the chat. The quiz is not on the Canadian site, but you guys, if you want to be able to see it, you can go to like one of the US sites and you can take the quiz yourself and you can kind of see how it works. Because it's going to come to you. They just have to get it right because your guys' products are different. So, okay, number 1, what is one thing you did well or are proud of last month? Okay. That is so important to always lead with. I always say there's always something good that you can pick out. Okay. 2, we're going to move on to 2. What is something you want to change or work on this month? Yeah. And if you want to share them in here, you guys, share them in here. I love that you're sharing them in here. Like sometimes people are so nervous to share stuff. Like you guys are going to be cheering each other on. Before you know it, you're going to be out in bed together. You're going to know each other. Like that's my favorite thing about this. Okay. So if you are just hopping on, number 1 is what is one thing that you did well or were proud of last month? Like I could think of things for some of you. Isn't that funny? So if you're like, I don't have anything, I bet you I could think of something for you. 2, what is something you want to change or work on this month? Okay. And then here's the thing. Before we go into 3, I want to tell you that, do you know that keeping promises to yourself is what helps your confidence? Like literally, it is amazing that if you actually put something out there and you like hold yourself accountable to it, how much your confidence grows. Okay, so if that is something where you're kind of lacking in confidence in certain things, keep some promises to yourself. Like hold yourself accountable to do the things that you know you want to do. Okay, number 3, what rank are you working for? Okay, so we have 9 ranks in our company. And if you are, when you start, we are all distributors. And then we go from there, right? It goes from, then the next rank is executive. So if you have never promoted yet, your first rank and what your goal might be, it might be executive. Or maybe you have a goal of going Ruby. You probably will, even if you say executive right now, you probably will say Ruby by the end of under this Zoom, okay? But so then we go up the scale, right? So if you're Ruby, then the next one's Emerald. When you're Emerald, then you're going for Diamond, and we kind of go up the scale. So I want you to know, though, what rank you are working for, okay? You have to know where you're going to be able to get there. This is not, when you're building this business, first of all, we get roadmaps, which is so stinking cool. It's like a board game, but in real life. How fun is that? Okay. I didn't get that at my job. Like, I don't know if any of you, the rest of you are like, hey, if you do this, this, and this is how much money you get. And this is like, mine was not like that, right? You like walk into your email and you're like, so what's going to happen here, right? You're not even sure. Even if you've been performing well, you still don't even know what you're going to get. Okay. But what rank you're working for, because nothing happens by chance or just by getting lucky. Okay. Like nothing, it's so funny, but it drives me insane when people are like, tell people you're so lucky. And I'm like, no, they're not lucky. They've just made choices. They have discipline. Like they have clarity, right? They prioritize. Like it's like, no, they're not lucky. They've chosen to figure this out and to do these things, right? Just like we are all able to do. And so make sure you know your rank. If you need help on the different ranks and things, this is the thing. I want you to have that map so that you can see it. Okay. I have my map every single month. I want you to have your map so that as you enroll, you can fill out your map, because I bet you there are some months, because you are not mapping, you have no idea how close you are to maintaining a certain rank or hitting a new one. If you don't have it in front of you, you don't know. That's just it. Okay. So, but we have maps for a reason. They are so awesome. They are so exciting. I probably still have all of my first ones from my 1.0 spot, and I know they're dated. Like, I'm not kidding. I love those things. I took notes on them, you guys. Like, you would be like, oh my gosh, no, she didn't know everything, but she showed up and she wrote everything down. Like, that was me. Okay. That's how I roll. So make sure you know your rank. For how much in weekly bonuses would you like to earn this month? And I want to know the number it equates to. Okay, so if you're like, what the heck does she mean by that? I want to know, so when you go and do your tier 1, which is enrolling 4 loyal customers and 1 distributor, that's 150, okay? When you complete your 150, you unlock the ability to earn 3 $350 bonuses, okay? So if you're like, well, I want to enroll 8 loyal customers and 3 distributors, you have the potential of earning 2 150 bonuses. And if you're doing 3 distributors, you can earn 3 350 bonuses. Okay, so I want you to write down the number of what you would like to earn in weekly bonuses. Okay. Regain Emerald. Oh yeah. Diamond. I'm telling you, all of the ranks are so good. And again, you guys, we're like changing the graph. Like the ranks are good because what it shows is you have this business that you're building, right? That you're working towards every single day. And you're building that team aspect, which is where residual is going to come from. Okay. So I want that for every single one of you. That's why ranks are important. But I also want you to know that with our weekly bonuses and our commission structure, there is so much money to be made even upfront with the work that you put in yourself. Okay. So really, really neat. Again, all of these changes are so exciting. So exciting. Okay, this is for August goal. Okay. I see a double ranker in there. I like it. Play big. Like seriously, you guys. I'm going to tell you about missing a goal anyways. And it like made me sick, but guess what? I'm still here and I'm still freaking excited. Okay. But I want you to know that this happens. Okay. So make sure, I want you to know how many weekly bonuses you are going to earn this month and what that number, like add it up so that you see that number every single day. Okay. So if it's 2 tier 1s, you're going to do 8 loyal customers and 2 distributors. That's $300. Okay. And then I want you to add the extra $350 for each of those distributors. So that way, when they get their $150, you, as their mentor, get $350 for taking the time to teach them the business. Okay, for taking the time to show them how to share, show them how to network, show them how to post. Like that is all we're doing. What we do is not complicated, but we do like to overcomplicate it. Okay. Last but not least, when you achieve the above between your rank and your weekly bonuses, what does that mean for you and your family? Or if it's just you, what does that mean for you? I ask you this because this is so important. This is honestly more important than number 3 and number 4. Okay. But numbers allows us to have specific goals, which I think is super important. Okay. Being able to break it down into a weekly goal, that means we have small goals, right? Which you need those to add to the big goals, which is your rank that ends at the end of the month. But truly, you guys, the motivation for you to show up and actually hit those numbers comes from the meaning. So when you bring in that number, so maybe it's you're going to go Ruby and you're getting 2 of the tier 1s, that's what, an extra 300 in weekly bonuses, and then probably a commission check that's like anywhere from $400 to $500, right? Or $300 to $400. You guys, that's almost $1,000. Like that's a big deal. $200 extra is a big deal, right? Like those things are a big deal. So what does that mean? Maybe you say, I'm going to pay for groceries with weekly checks instead of even touching your checking account. Like get excited about what this business is going to cover for you for August. And know that the motivation for you to show up to actually do this and be consistent lays in the meaning behind when you achieve that, what that's going to look like. I knew when I got to pay off my student loans that that was literally like giving us an extra $650 a month, you guys. Guess what? That was not only $650, that was a shift that I could easily stay home from the hospital and hold my babies. Like I was like, amen, yes, please. Like, let's get rid of those things, right? I knew that if I helped 3 people get started, our bonuses were smaller back in the day, okay? So it would have equaled like $300 to help 3 people. Now you can help 1 person and earn $350. Like, okay, it works. We're showing up big. I like that. That's what we do here. So here's the thing. I knew that that was like gonna cover our APS and something else. Like I gave those things meaning, okay? And that is why when people are like, do you want to show up no, I don't, but I have bills every day and I have things to pay for and I have dreams and I have places I want to visit. And that motivates the heck out of me. Okay. Also hearing your guys' goals, like I'm not going to play short with other people that I've invited into this business. Like I just am not, that's not here for me. And so that's another thing. If you don't have a distributor yet, guess what? I am telling you, when you get that first one, it changes your business. It changes how you show up. It is like one of the best things that ever happened for me because I was like, you know what? Those goals mean a lot to me that somebody's bringing in, okay? So here's the thing, you guys. You may fall short of a goal. This last month, I had a huge goal dangling in front of me. And you know what, you guys? I fell short of it by 5 enrollments. 5 enrollments. And it literally, that if I would have gotten 5 more enrollments overall, it would have allowed me to double a bonus. Like, did that make me want to almost vomit this morning when I saw it was 5 away? Like, I would have rather been like so many away, right? But at the end of the day, the fact that like that's even a possibility, and I look back and I'm like, you know what? I ran for that sucker. Like, I didn't count myself out because it was summer months. I didn't count myself out because it was July. I didn't count myself out because I was traveling. Like, I ran for that sucker and I gave it my best. And you know what? In doing so, yeah, I fell short from this, but guess what? I'm that much further starting August. Okay. And I know that just because, like, I'm just changing my timeline. So yeah, that bonus isn't offered this month, but a different one is, and I might have teed myself up perfectly for that. So I want you to know that the work that you're putting in now, not only are you going for the goals that you just wrote down, but you might be teeing yourself up for a perfect opportunity for something that they are going to announce that you don't even know. Okay? Keep working, keep going, no matter if you fall short of anything. Okay? So here's the thing. We have such incredible things coming. We have this today to really get ourselves clear. We want to make sure that you guys know exactly what you're doing. I'm going to break everything down next to really like get the questions out of there. If you're like, how do I maximize doing this? Like, tell me what to do, right? I was always that person that was like, tell me what to do and I will do it. Like, I am not afraid of work. I'm just not. I love actually putting in work, especially when there's meaning behind it. But let me just tell you, tomorrow night and the next night, there's actually 2 incredible trainings that I'm going to share with you guys. I'll make sure to share in the chats. I'm going to make sure to share in the team pages so that everybody has the information. But those are tips that you are not going to want to miss, okay? Those, I was seeing if I had the people listed. No, I don't. But listen, they're tips that you not only are going to want to hear, they're tips that you're going to want to implement. They are from people that share goals that you probably just wrote down, and they're going to share with you exactly how they achieve that. They're going to share with you how people on their team are achieving it. And so success leaves clues. That's what we do, right? We always say copy the right cat. So you want to make sure that you are on those. That is like active learning, and that you can literally, if you're on here tonight and you happen to catch even 1 or 2, or maybe you catch both of them, or maybe you have to catch the recording, that's okay. But guess what? Your cup is going to be so full that you're going to know what to do for the rest of the month. You might not even need anything more, right? You're going to show up maybe for the Sunday night call. Make sure that you always read what you need to know in the Road to VIP. That comes out every single Monday. If you want to know like how the heck does Sarah know everything that's going on, it's because I read that stuff, okay? And there's nothing like extra that I'm getting. It's all right there for you. But I want you to know that you are going to want to be on those 2 calls tomorrow night, okay? So be watching for that. And I want to say, like, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of money that you can earn. There's a lot of ways to earn money. But can we all just agree for August? Okay, we don't care what happened before. We don't even care what's coming, but we do care about August because that's what we're focusing on. We're keeping it in this like 30-day stretch right here, okay? But can we just agree to keep it simple, keep it consistent, and keep it fun? If we're agreeing to that, please drop a 1 in the chat, okay? I need to see that we are all going to be doing the same things and we are like on the same page here, okay? Because so many times we overcomplicate it, and honestly, you guys, we take the fun out of it. And I will tell you, I was promoting, I was growing, I was enrolling, but I was also freaking having fun. And my posts were absolutely terrible. My images were absolutely ugly. We did not know all these like cute things. We didn't have any of these apps when we first started. And you know what? It worked. It still worked, okay? So here's the thing. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna break this down for you. First goal was answering the above questions that we just went through. That is something you should do every single month on the first of the month. Every single month, those 5 things. So if I need to like share that somewhere or put it in Sarah's board so that you have like, hey, this is how we start at the month, I can do that, okay? But that is literally what I do every single month. Those are the questions that I answer on the first of the month, okay? Second thing is get your auto ship set up, okay? You cannot share products that you do not have on hand. You are not going to work hard to fall short of being commission qualified. Like, that's not what Diamond Hive is doing, okay? I was terrified and I remember just being so scared of like, oh my gosh, I started a brand new business. Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to order these products each month. You know what? But I trusted the process, and I knew any product I have on hand is a sample that I can sell. And if I, like, how am I going to share the products if I don't have any on hand? Like, you're not. People want to use what you're using. right? They truly do. So make sure your auto ship is set up. For me, you guys, I always say put it with your like a payday. So either your work payday that you have at your job or your It Works payday, like put it on the 15th or 16th of the month. And as you continue to grow your income, then I want you in your mind, so I want you to be thinking of this already. I want you to bump that sucker up earlier and earlier in the month, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. The way that this works, mine goes on the first of the month. But when I first started, it was teed up with my pay for It Works. Because I knew that I was going to pay for my commissions, pay for my auto ship, and then I was going to work with whatever I had here, okay? So that's just how I did things. But now on the first of the month, I want to be commission qualified on the first of the month because as enrollments come in, that rank, right? So on the first, it drops to 0. We see everything clear. Mine does the same thing yours does, right? And then as the dates roll through where people have enrolled and your team is enrolling, and then we're adding on to it throughout that month, you see that volume goal grow, and then you see your rank hit, right? So if say you're a diamond, you're going to see as that volume comes in that you're like, oh, I'm a ruby by the 11th of the month, or I'm this, but you're not going to see that if you haven't run your auto ship. So you don't, so even if you were, right, if you're hitting that rank, you guys, or you're hitting 400 in volume early, like you're ready for the next thing. That's your sign. That's your sign to be like, I should be pushing for executive. I should be pushing for Ruby, right? And so I have it. So you want to think to yourself, first of all, I always tell everybody, line it up with payday, okay? From there, I want you to slowly, when you can and when you are able, you want to bump it up faster because the faster you're commission qualified, the better that you can see your overall business, okay? And where you're going. So that's number 2. Number 3, your third goal, okay, that you're getting teed up is getting your first 4 loyal customers and your 1 distributor. Okay, why? Because as soon as you earn a tier 1 bonus, which is $150, plus you're getting commissions, my friends, on your LCs and what their orders are, right? That's your commission check. But as soon as you get this 150 bonus, you unlock the ability to earn 350 bonuses. You cannot earn this. You cannot earn a $350 bonus without earning your 150. Okay, so say I enrolled 4 loyal customers and wait, that's not a good example. Okay, because that would have been a tier 1. Okay, so say I enroll a distributor. Say I'm enrolling distributors like a boss, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, I had 5 distributors that signed up. If I have not gotten my 4 loyal customers and earned that $150 tier 1 bonus, I cannot earn $350 on each of these. So I would have the ability to earn 5 $350 bonuses, but because I haven't enrolled my 4 LCs, I can't. Okay. Now, am I still going to get commissions off of what they're doing in their activity? 100%, but I'm also leaving a lot of money on the table, right? So that's your third goal, getting your 4 loyal customers and your distributor. Okay. Some people will be like, you know what, LCs, I can get those. Like my goal is to try to get that within my first week. I'm like, you know what? I planted a lot of seeds all throughout last month. Hopefully those come forward from when I'm going to get my distributor. And then I'm going for my first 4 customers in the first week, knowing that I've unlocked this. So now I can help 3 people go after their goals and I can give my full and undivided attention. Okay. So that's what this looked like. When you get your first 4 customers, you're earning commissions, but you also will earn a $50 weekly bonus. You get that DT, you're going to earn $100 just for signing the DT. If they get a bigger pack, you can earn some summer cash this month. So if they get the $2.99 pack, you earn an extra $50 bonus just because. And if they order or enroll with the bigger one, you get an extra 100. Okay. So that's the summer cash. So that's there too. But then when you help that distributor focus on their 401, which is what you just did, you would earn $350. Okay. So if you did this sheet, so this is 4 loyal customers, 3 distributors, you could earn $1,200 in weekly bonuses. These 3 DTs that are going to be down here and these LCs, that is their work. Okay. You did yours, that's theirs. So you could earn $1,200 in weekly bonuses and you would be structured for Ruby. If not already a Ruby rank, if you are using your quizzes and you are upselling and using packs. Okay, because those are big orders, so you would knock out qualified legs. Do you see how this kind of all comes together, you guys? They're like each piece is methodically thought out to help you achieve these things. Like these are tools for us to succeed, okay? And so I want to tell you, for those that have been here for a while, you guys, this is our old steps to success. This is not new, okay? This is not new. Actually, we used to have like 6 loyal customers, but this is not new. And not only is it not new, we can make so much more money off of it, okay? So I want you to know that with the weekly bonus structure, this is what I go for, okay? Even at the rank that I'm at, I'm not here to live and breathe and do every waking second it works, right? That's not even why I did this business. I am here to do my thing, to lead by example, and then to teach this. To teach people how they can actually make this, to help them walk through, develop the good habits, right? If you were one of those people that thought like your July was just like crap, I promise you it's in the habits that you are creating. And if you haven't watched my live on Diamond Hive, go back. It is short, it is sweet, but I tell you, it is a game changer, okay? So that is literally what this is. So your third goal, you're gonna complete this top thing, okay? We're gonna get this out of here. And then from there, your next goal is to help these people get their first bonus, which gives you a $350 bonus. Does this make sense, you guys? Yes, you guys are getting it. Okay, I'm loving it. So this is exactly, you guys, here's another one. Here's like another sheet. So I'm gonna post these in the chat. You guys, it's a picture, but you can print it out, okay? But it's gonna show you, if you're like, gosh dang, I keep forgetting, like what's tier 1, what's tier 2, right? The terms are new. First of all, write them out. Write out so that you can see what each one gets you, but like it says it on here. How cool is that? Like this, you doing this is tier 1. You doing this is tier 2, okay? So you have to do this first before you get to move down your page. That's just it. So your third goal is doing your 4-in-1. Literally, give yourself some pressure. Put the pressure on. Like, get it as fast as you can. Okay? You want to do that within a 30-day span. You have 30 days. But here's the thing. What do we always say? If you give yourself an entire day to clean your house, it's going to take you an entire day. If you give yourself 3 hours to clean your house, it's going to take you 3 hours. So if you give yourself the first week of the month to get your 4-in-1, it's going to take you that. If you give yourself and you're like, well, I have 30 days to do this, it's probably going to take you 30 days, okay? So there's that. And then number 4 is like, literally number 4 is tapping into your tier 2. All it is taking the time to teach and share what you are doing daily, okay, what you're already doing, and being that example to your new distributor. Knowing their goals. Walk them through those 5 questions that I just gave you. That's what you're going to do for them. And then you can break this down for them so that they have a visual and they know exactly what to do. I promise you, if they know they can make, you guys, some people are making this tier 1 bonus within the first few days of when they join. Like, how incredible to have such a quick win, right? They're not waiting to get paid. They don't have to wait a month. So that is something that is something you should be letting people know and offering them, okay? So that's number 4. So that is what we're doing. And when we talk about like how you get there, if you're like, Sarah, I get that, I understand that, but how do we do it? The how, right? How are we doing it? You guys, it is by consistently sharing and growing our networks, okay? And if we're like, what does that look like? It doesn't mean being on social media 24/7, okay? Like when people are like, I don't want to be glued to my phone. You don't have to be, but you do have to be intentional with your time, and you do have to prioritize, right? I think I shared a quote with you guys that said like, don't prioritize the one thing you want for the last part of your day. Like, isn't that crazy? We do that. I do that, you guys. Like there's times where I have a list and I'm like, I need to get this done. And I catch myself doing laundry and I'm like, because that's mindless and it's easy, right? As where if I would have sat down and just did this is more important. This is actually what I want, where my results are going to happen, but yet I still go do the dumb laundry. Like, no, don't do that, okay? So what does that look like for us, you guys, and how do we share and grow our networks? We post, right? We share, we're on our stories. Stories are huge. You guys, more people, I want to tell you something. If you're stressed and you're like, hey, I'm not a writer, okay, neither am I. I'm actually like dyslexic. I'm not a writer, and sometimes I overthink and posts are too long. Don't go for the long posts. If you're doing that and that's working, that's great, right? Usually you're sharing your heart, and that is an important part. But I do want you also to know that if that's what you're consistently doing, you also need the short posts that don't need a lot of thought to like do like the hook, line, sinker thing, okay? Like you hook them in. Did I say that backwards? I don't even know. Anyways, you hook them in with those really short ones, okay? So if you're like, I only know how to do the short and to the point, keep doing those. That's what we only knew when we first started, okay? Those work. I'm sorry. Like, we're not gonna like, those other ones, they might look pretty, they're long, they take some fat, they have some heart, right? But those other ones also work really well. So you need to make sure that you're mixing them up. Using call to actions like polls and like the little quizzes and asking kind of for some insight back from your network, you're going to get a lot more interaction. Okay. So make sure you're doing that. Host a post. Y'all, that is one thing. We had one heck of a July, but we are not like, we have some room for growth in host a post. Okay. And I know that some of us just do, and it's okay to admit that, but I want to tell you, host a post is a gold mine. Here's the thing, is it allows you to know exactly what you're going to sit down and do. It helps you grow your network extremely fast. Like, that's honestly the main point of host a post, is being able to friend people and figure out, like, you don't have to go try to find the people. They're coming to you and they're coming in. And then how cool that we get to actually give back to those who support our small business. I love doing that because of those people, that's why we get to be here, right? And so host a post, if you haven't yet and you know that, that might be something that you want to add on to what you want to work on for this month, okay? Because it's going nowhere. The whole system works. And honestly, it's kind of a lot, like, I know so many of you guys have seen where bloggers do giveaway. It's the same thing, you guys. It's just to bring in new eyes to their pages, right? Because that works. That you connect with certain people, those people stay, you develop relationships, and before you know it, they're your loyal customers or they're your distributors, okay? So host a post is a big one. Messaging and follow-ups, fortune in the follow-up. Okay, you are not bugging people. If you are not following up, I want you to know that you are planting seeds for the distributor who does follow up. Okay, it just is what it is. So don't do that. Don't put in the work for somebody else and let them go snag them. Follow up with people. People get busy. Sometimes the timing isn't right, but I promise if you make it easy, you use your shopping link cart on your app, you guys, you will sign so many more people. You will sign so many more people, okay? Go the extra mile for people. People appreciate that so much. And honestly, with the day and age, like, it stands out to people. Like, they remember that. And as you enroll somebody, that's somebody that you should be asking if they would be willing to share your giveaway for that month. That's an instant, like, ask. Hey, they're already excited. You can even ask them to post about a product. They're already excited. They just purchased it. Like, let them go be a part of it and let them have a chance to win the giveaway, okay? Our giveaways are awesome. I'm going to post it probably tonight or tomorrow morning for August, okay? Interacting, you guys, you have to interact. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm posting and nobody likes it or comments, first of all, you guys, like, literally, you got to just get rid of that. So you can go in your settings and you can hide that stuff, just so you know too, like, so that people can't see. If you're like very in tune to that and it's bugging you, you can go in so that you don't even see the number. But I want to tell you, I have to intentionally think like, oh my gosh, I love that person's post, or I like that girl's, like, I don't necessarily always love the post or like comment, right? You just think it in your head. So I want you, and we don't just scroll to scroll. Well, maybe you do. But I will tell you, when you know how to monetize it, you start monetizing it, right? You're like, I'm going to do this. So when I scroll, instead of just thinking like those things in my head, I literally type that in the comments. So whatever that thought is that pops up into my head, I don't just like the comments or like the post. I truly like go in and comment. What's cool is that I have people that even come to my page on Instagram or Facebook just because they saw one of my comments. They're like, wait, who's that? Or that was really nice, or right? And they're like, oh, then later they're like, hey, the only reason why I know is they're like, I saw you comment on somebody's page and I started following you and they're wanting coffee. It's like, those will help you. So I always say you have to put out what you want, right? So if you want people to be interacting on your stuff, you got to go do that. So take like 5-10 minutes to start doing that. Okay, so interacting is big. Funny things, motivational things, everybody needs those in their life. They need the positive, they need the laughs. Like, no one has an overabundance of those, okay? So you can always be sharing things like that. And then the last thing I want to tell you, if you feel like you have had a lack of distributor enrollments and you're getting frustrated, I want to share a few things. More than likely, you are not sharing your story very often or the actual opportunity. Okay. And that's not to like pick on anybody, but that's something like I have to honestly think to myself too. Okay. Just as you share these products consistently, you also do have to share the opportunity. Okay. For people to not only they see it the first time, then they start seeing it again and they're like, dang, I just saw Sarah get a weekly bonus. Like I could really use that. We just had like maybe they just blew a tire or whatever it is, right? You as you share these things, what happens is it starts creating this vision amongst your followers. Okay. And sometimes that takes time. It's not immediate, you guys. It just is not. Okay. And so, one thing I want to tell you is you do have to share your story. And if you're like, what is that? Really, like, keep it simple. Like, say, why did you join? What did you have in mind that you wanted to accomplish? And what excites you about this business? Like, what do you love about it? Like, do you love the limitless, opportunity? Do you love the freedom of it? Like, do you love the people? Do you love the products? Like, share those things, okay? Because that's, again, keeping it super simple. And honestly, that's about as much as a person who's never seen the inside of a business like this can even comprehend. Like, I'm going to be honest, okay? That's about as much as they're like, whoa, like, massive bonuses and this stuff, they're like, they instantly count themselves out. But the other small things that you literally started for, that's what they're going to relate to. Okay. So I want you to share your story more. And this is huge. This is where every distributor I signed last month came from, literally. Okay. I use my quiz, so I have larger orders, right? So anytime, you guys, in my mind, anytime that I see an order that's above 80 BV, even close to it, or higher, I always offer this opportunity to them. So I will take a moment once I see what they're ordering. I will go look at the packs and I will say, I literally just say to them, hey, I just have to ask you this because what you're ordering is not only a part of one of our starter packs, but you would even get more. And it's honestly, you guys, even if you price it out with the $2.99 pack, like it's literally 60, sometimes it's like $60 more and they're getting like 5 more products. Okay. It's kind of crazy when you actually do it. And so this is also why people are like, yeah, I want that pack. Like I want the $2.99 pack. I'm not convincing them to do it. Honestly, I think it's smart. I love the $2.99 pack. And so, but what I do is I let them know and I give them the opportunity. I'm like, would you like to be able to not only use the products, right, at discount, but you can share your discount, which is super fun. And then also be able to make some extra money. Is that something you've ever thought of or are you interested in? You guys, that's all I say. Like I promise you, like there's no like magic sauce or this like smooth talk or like anything. Like that's all I say. I just ask them. Like just ask the question. Like stop. I mean, even if you have to sweat it out while you're asking, like I don't care. Like do it because eventually you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I used to be scared, and then before you know it, you're like, I would never enroll an LC without asking. Like it just becomes part of what you do. Okay. So those are some things that I want to share with you that literally taking that customer's order after they've done their quiz. And for Canada, I know you don't have the quiz, but if you are focusing on the packs, you are kind of in the same boat still. So if you're in Canada, I just want you to look at those packs and know the packs, okay? So that you can upsell those even if you have a couple products already, okay? And then from there, you can even do the same thing with the starter pack that you guys have. But that's how I got my loyal customer, my distributors last month. That was it, you guys. Okay. So I can still lead with the products and they're starting that and whatever it is, but it's just one simple question. And so I want to encourage you guys to start asking that. I want you to pay attention to those things because it can be literally that easy. And you're going to be like, why was I overthinking this? Like, seriously. Okay. And you start learning, like, you don't have to wait for everybody to come to you. Some people are going to come to you without you even knowing that they've been watching, but you can actively enroll people that you are seeking out to just by asking a few extra questions. Okay. So know that you guys have a solution between products and an opportunity, honestly, that a lot of people are praying for, right? So many people are like, I want to be healthier, but I don't even know where to start. Okay, cool. Like they don't have to walk into a GNC and talk to somebody that doesn't give two craps about them. Like they can find somebody that they know and they can take a quiz, they can do these things, right? And we can help them through that and it can come straight to their door. Like how cool is that, right? Or if it's the person that's like, I need to make extra money, but I don't have more time in my day. Guess what? You have the freedom to do this wherever the heck you want. And you can make as much money as you want. Like you need to get loud and be so excited about what you have because so many people need this. I needed it. Every single one of you wanted it, whether you needed it or not, right? You wanted it, and that's why you're here. So just remember that. And I want to share, we are going to do some really fun things this month. So I want you to be paying attention to Diamond Hive. We are going to do some fun contests. We are going to possibly do a boom contest. So if you've never been a part of one of those, they are super fun. We have to work together as a team to be able to get there. I'm going to for sure do a post-it note contest, which is awesome. And as soon as the post-it notes run out, then that's the end of that one, right? It could take us a week, it could take us 2 weeks, it could take us the full month, but whatever it is. But when you earn one of the post-it notes, you get the prize that's under it. And you guys, I like to give good prizes, okay? So we're gonna have some super fun with a lot of that stuff. And I wanna make sure if you have a question, where can we find the link to the Zoom? Okay, tell me which Zoom. Which Zoom was I talking about? I'm not sure. I want to make sure I have all your questions. The last thing I want to tell you guys and plant in your head is that conference for 2023 is happening in person. And I could shout, scream, kick, do a dance. I'll save you guys. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to dance at conference, but I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. But it is literally one of the best events that I go to every single year. I went to it one time. I was scared out of my mind. I literally roomed with people that I didn't even know. Kayla, I actually feel like you were one of them. And Kayla's here a second time. But I swear she was one of the people I didn't know that I was rooming with, okay? I didn't know anything. And I had never been to anything like it. I was terrified I was like, oh my gosh, I know I have to go. But I was like, this is so out of my comfort zone. But I want to tell you, it completely changed my business. It completely changed my vision. It teaches you so much about a business like this. It teaches you and shows you that literally this business is for anyone and everyone. And people go through struggles. People have different backgrounds. People have different educations. None of those things matter. You still have a way to hit your goals. And it's just so dang inspiring. They obviously have amazing guest speakers, but I'm planting the seed now. I know it's August 1st, but tickets are going to come available for everybody September 1st. And the venue is smaller, so it is going, and it's on the water. It's in Fort Myers. It's going to be incredible. But it is going to sell out no matter what. And so if you already know that you are getting a ticket and you want a ticket, I need you to message me ASAP, okay? So the tickets are, because I have my hands to be able to get them early, okay? But if you need the time to think about it, do it. I just want to start planting the seed because you're going to see a lot more about it. They are letting us know further in advance than they ever have so that you can plan, right? It's hard for moms to get away for a weekend. It's hard to have kids covered, all the different things, but I am telling you, it is so worth the 3 days that you go. And so many of us are flying in hot and we're leaving super early in the morning. We all just make it work and it's incredible. And so there's nothing like being in person at one of these things. And there's a reason why this will be, I think it's going to be my 12th one. No, my 11th. I can't even remember. I think it's my 11th one. Okay. And I have never missed it. So I'm just going to put that out there. If it is something that you already absolutely know you want to do, please pop in my inbox. If you have questions about it, pop in my inbox. I want to answer them for you. And so if you get them before September 1st, the tickets are $250. If you get them after, I think they go up to $275. So it's not a huge jump, but just know when they come on September 1st, you're going to have to be hot on it because they will sell out. And once it sells out, there's nothing left because it's a max capacity thing and it is not live streamed. Okay. So I just am planting that there now. Okay. And like I said, remember, I feel so strongly about saying success leaves clues because I do believe that. And that is something I just did. You guys, I was what are the people doing that have achieved what I want to do? And I mean, that's it. I didn't take business classes. I'd never done sales before. And then obviously you show up and you learn and you grow, right? And that's exactly what I've done. That's what so many other people have done. We're not hey, nobody can do this. We're everybody can do what we've done. It is so duplicatable. So just know it's called Light the Way and it's going to be awesome. It's Conference 2023. And if you have questions, honestly, just message me about it. And if you are just serious about your business and you know you want to take it to great places, like this is something that you want to be at. Okay. So I hope that everybody's jealous of Kayla's background because she's paddleboarding. I hope that you guys got some nuggets to take for yourself into August to help you hit the goals that you have. I want you guys to know you are so capable of them, but they don't happen last minute, right? They happen by showing up a little bit every single day. And when you do it in little bits like that, you guys, it is so much more doable. It is so much more fun. Month end gets super exciting because you see everything kind of come to fruition that you have going on. And if you have questions of anything that we went over tonight, like just ask, okay? There's no stupid question. The dumb thing is to not ask the question. Like that's it, okay? So I hope to see you guys and that you make August your month, okay? Good night.